Have you ever looked at your sketchbook and thought, this is so ugly, what's even the point? Then this video is for you, because I often felt the same way and this is something I wish somebody told me earlier, so I'm gonna share it with you. The drawings you think are ugly, they are often more important than the drawings that turn out perfect. And in this video I want to talk about why those bad drawings matter and why you shouldn't judge yourself so harshly for them. I'm going to talk to you about some things that I learned from my own sketchbook, some stories behind the drawings that I hated, but I also want to talk to you about why the road to making art that you love always passes through those ugly parts. And while I talk, I'm going to show you a time lapse of one of my drawings, so you don't need to stare at my head the entire time and I don't have to worry that much about my anxiety. Here's the truth, not everything you draw will be good, and it's not supposed to be. In fact, if every page in your sketchbook looks amazing, then something's off. Either you're not taking risk or you're just curating it way too hard. For example, my famous dragon sketchbook, it's one that I try to curate. I want it to become a book that I hope to publish someday, and I want it to look fancy. But I have many sketchbooks, and most of them are a big mess. You rarely see me share those. I'm just not proud of it. People would probably say I'm a bad artist and that I can't draw. To be honest, I really don't feel like sharing that mess, but it's still a very important part of my process. But let me tell you a secret. You might not realize it, but some of the best artists you follow online, they probably make 10 times more art than they post. What you're seeing on social media is like a highlight. It's edited, selected, lit and filtered. But your growth, your real messy honest growth, it happens in rough drafts. The awkward poses, the faces with weird expressions, the ideas that didn't quite land. And you know what? That's brave. It takes courage to keep drawing when you're not happy with the result. You get better in the practice, in the discomfort, in the pages that you want to tear out and forget. So why does it matter? Why should you keep drawing when you don't like what's on the page? Because every single bad drawing is a building block. Even if it feels like a step backwards, you're still training your eye. You're still building muscle memory. You're still learning how not to do something, which is just as valuable as learning what works. I've had drawings that frustrated me so much I just wanted to quit. I've crumbled pages, I've said out loud I'm just not good enough. But then, weeks later, I tried the same idea again and it worked. Not because I magically improved, but because the ugly version taught me something. It helped me see what to change, what to avoid. That failed part was part of my future success. Your ugly art is proof that you're trying something. It means you're experimenting, you're pushing your boundaries. Every piece that doesn't turn out the way you hoped is a lesson. Maybe you learned a pose that didn't work, or that shading technique, not it. But now you know. You can build on that. And here's something I've learned the hard way. If you only draw when it's going well, you'll draw less and learn slower. But if you embrace the mess, you grow faster. Because you're not wasting energy on perfection. You're focused on progress. Let's talk about sketchbooks for a second. No, not that one, the real messy ones. Sometimes we want our sketchbooks to become these aesthetic objects, something I'm very guilty of myself. Like museum-worthy flip-through with perfect layouts. But we also need real sketchbooks. Sketchbooks in which we are free to experiment. Sketchbooks that don't have to look pretty. You can scribble an idea at 2 am, doodle while you're tired, try a style you've never drawn before. The goal in this sketchbook is not beauty, the goal is growth. And you grow fastest when you stop worrying about impressing anyone, including yourself. Some of my most important drawings are the ones I'll never post. They look weird, some are unfinished, but they represent ideas I was exploring or emotions I needed to get out. That sketchbook is a safe place. Not everything in it needs to be presentable. In fact, the less pressure you put on your sketchbook to look good, the more you'll actually use it, and the more breakthroughs you'll have. Let's talk about the emotional part, because art is an emotional journey. Making bad drawings, it can feel personal, like a reflection of your talent or worth or how far we've come, but it's not. It's just a moment, it's a snippet from a much bigger story. Bad drawings don't erase your progress, they are your progress. They don't mean you're not improving. In fact, they mean you are improving, because you're noticing when something's off. You're developing your critical eye. You're not failing, you're refining. And that's not something to feel bad about. That's something to be proud of actually. But I get it. Ugly art is frustrating. It can feel like a setback, especially if you've been practicing for a long time. Growth just doesn't feel good all the time. Sometimes it feels like going backwards, but every struggle refines your skill, your eye, your understanding of what you want from your art. And ask yourself this question: would you have been satisfied with this ugly drawing 10 years ago? I'm not gonna fill that in for you. It's something for you to think about. So you will draw things you don't like. You will finish things and still be disappointed. And that's normal, that's healthy, it's growth. I want you to give yourself permission to make bad art, to explore and to mess up. Because the more you do, the more you'll discover your voice, your style and your confidence. Some of the pieces I'm most proud of only happened because I drew a dozen bad ones. I had to go through all the ugly stages to get that. I want to show you something. This one, I hated it when I drew it, but now looking back, I see what I was trying to do. I see an idea in there that I still like. And weirdly enough, I've reused that concept in a later piece that did turn out great. And that's what I mean when I say your ugly art matters. It's raw material. It's a map of where you've been. And sometimes it holds pieces of something you'll come back to later, when you're ready. So if you're sitting there looking at your latest drawing and thinking, this really sucks, then let me tell you that drawing matters because it's helping you. Not everything that you draw will be beautiful, but everything that you draw will be a step towards becoming the artist that you want to be. If this video helped you, just let me know in the comments and maybe you should just draw something messy today, just for yourself. You watched me coloring one of my sketches. For that I used deep red Indian ink mixed with water. And if you want to make this drawing yourself, there is a tutorial up on my page. And in fact, if you want to support this channel, the easiest way to do that is just watch another one of my videos. So I thank you for watching and I'll see you with the next one. Bye!